Who would win between me and you at the following games? Pinball.
Me.
The Simpsons.
Me.
100-yard dash.
You.
Aw. Shut up, Ross.
In the arms of the angel, fly away from me. We both.
Yeah, that was like, I know. Hey folks, welcome to season 3. We're kicking it off with Revival Brewcade in Calgary, Alberta. I'm joined by head brewer and part owner, Justin. Justin, thanks for being on the show, man.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. What are we drinking?
Well, today we're going to be drinking a variety of our beers here. The first beer that we have is going to be our Stairway to Heaven Hefeweizen. This is a new venture for me, getting into doing a Hefeweizen.
Okay.
You'll get a lot of notes of banana and clove. And it was just a really cool experiment for me to do, and I'm really enjoying how it turned out.
I like it. I like that one. Beer 2.
Beer 2 is our Invader Hopped Wheat Ale. This is won us an award for the last 2 years for Best Wheat Beer in Alberta by Culinary Magazine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So again, it's a hopped wheat beer. It's really approachable. There's a lot of hops to it, but it's all very, very fruit forward, very subtle.
What's the first food that comes to mind that you'd pair that with?
With that, I would probably go with pizza. I'm a sucker for pizza, if anything, though.
I know what we're having for lunch. Beer number 3.
Beer number 3, this is the Blue Rose Blueberry Raspberry Kettle Sour. So again, this is a beer that is based mostly with Pilsner malt that I then fermented with blueberry as well as raspberry puree.
Now, I don't want to be that guy, but that looks more pink or purple than blue.
That's fair, totally fair. I understand that. I'll take that criticism.
Cool. Beer number 4.
Beer number 4 is our Midnight Society Black IPA.
Black IPA.
Black IPA. Okay. This beer I'm brewing exclusively for Hose and Hound, which is the bar right down the street.
Oh, that's good.
Very roasty. The hops come forward very well. So it's a lot of black IPAs. You don't get a lot of hoppiness. It's a lot of roast. So I find this one's very, very balanced.
Revival Brewcade, half brewery, half arcade, one awesome time. Where did the idea come from to connect the two?
So the idea for the two came from the two founders, both from Nova Scotia, friends. One, his dream was to always open an arcade. And when the idea came forward, his friend just said, you know what? If you do the arcade, I can brew the beer, and we could do something really cool.
Now, that's a great combination, beer and arcade games.
Absolutely.
Does tequila and tacos beat it?
No, it doesn't. I apologize. Beer and arcade games, it's kind of hard to top that. I think I've disappointed you.
Now, how crucial is it for you guys to be in a neighborhood like Inglewood?
To be in a neighborhood like Inglewood is incredibly important to us, and it's really a tantamount to our success. We are a very retro throwback location. That's sort of what our thing is. And as you walk down the streets of Inglewood, you notice that as well. So we find that the vibe really fits well with what is already established here.
Now, the phrase made famous by one Tupac Shakur, Inglewood up to no good. Clearly he was referring to this neighborhood and not in California.
Absolutely.
What no good are you guys up to?
The Pedal Pub is pretty much up to no good in this area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we try to keep everything, this is a safe space for everybody.
Right.
And this is just a magic place, and I don't feel that we're very much up to no good.
When you guys opened, the concept was so original at the time that it got a ton of media attention attaching that arcade to the brewery.
Absolutely.
Do you find that the beer aspect of it kind of got lost and people saw it as a gimmick, getting people in the door with the arcade games?
Right. Well, something that we have been combating is the perception that we are not a brewery, that we're just a beer bar. I mean, as you look around, you don't see any of the brewery equipment. So I think that's a big thing that people look for to really identify you as a brewery. So it's something that we're definitely trying to get out there and try to change that perception. You know, as we're garnering a few awards, like I say, our Invader Wheat Beer just won for the second year in a row the Culinary Magazine's Best Wheat Beer in Alberta. So as we're getting these things, we're getting out there, we're doing more events. I think people are starting to change that perception, and it's starting to show.
We don't want to take a ton of focus away from the beer and the brewery aspect, but I need to know, what is the best arcade game of all time?
The best arcade game of all time, personally, is Ice Cold Beer.
Ice Cold Beer.
Ice Cold Beer. It's a coveted game, and it's very hard to find, and it is just a ton of fun, and it would fit this space perfectly if we could only get our hands on it.
What if I told you I have that game in my garage?
We would have to have a very, very, very distinct conversation about that.
I don't. I don't have it. Street Fighter or Simpsons?
Simpsons.
Skee-ball or basketball?
Basketball.
Okay, cheers to that.
Right on. I had the high score in Simpsons in this joint for a very long time, so I'm biased to that one.
We're filming on a Thursday.
Absolutely.
What time is irrelevant?
Doesn't really matter.
What happens Thursday nights here?
Every Thursday, we have our beer pinball league. So we'll have any skill level available. Anyone who wants to play is welcome. You have to be of age, of course. And we'll have, it's a really great time. It's $5 for your entry fee, and you get paired up with a variety of skill levels, and it's just a ton of fun. Tonight's gonna be an extra special night because we have a new game coming in, and yeah, we're all very excited about it.
Are we allowed to know the new game? When this comes out, the new game might be replaced with another.
The new game that's coming out today, should be here any moment, is the Rick and Morty Pinball.
Oh,
which
shit!
Is, we're one of the only places in Canada that's gonna have it.
Now, I don't know if you know this, but our clapper, who is off camera right now, and myself do a podcast.
Okay.
And we fucks with tiki mugs.
Okay.
And we have basically the entire Rick and Morty collection of the tiki mug collection.
No way.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
We may have to gift. We may have to gift.
I think you might have to. That would have a very good home here.
Well, what would be the go-to character for you?
Go-to character is Mr. Poopy Butthole.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Poopy Butthole.
Yeah.
I typically jerk off Pickle Rick during that. We may have to cut that short. I don't care. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So you guys got Pinball League.
Yep.
You also have a DJ that comes in every once in a while.
Absolutely.
You do trivia night. What's your beef with Comedy Dog?
We got no beef with Comedy Dog.
No beef with Comedy Dog?
No, it's something we've definitely talked about, and we are trying to plan the best way to do it in this space, but it's certainly something we're thinking about.
I know a guy.
Do you really?
I know a guy.
You know a guy who knows a guy? Maybe we can have a chat.
Audio Jason. Audio Jason will hook you up with comedy.
Perfect. Audio Jason, let's have a talk.
Now let's just put it out there for all the people at home so they know. Why would they come to Revival instead of someplace like the Rec Room?
You come to Revival for the experience. You come to Revival because it's a magical place. When I started here, this place changed my life. And I've known a lot of people who have that same reaction. And just to know that it has affected and contributed to so much joy in people's lives, this place has a magic to it, and that's why you want to come here.
We don't need to dive into your personal story unless
sure.
you want to, but when you say it's affected people's lives, that's pretty strong. That holds a lot of weight.
Absolutely.
And through reviews that I read, I have a feeling I know what you're getting at, but can you elaborate on that?
Well, I know myself. I mean, I met my girlfriend here. That was a very special moment. I know people who have come here when they're on their very bad days and just need to zone out in some pinball and drink some really good beer. And I know that has an effect on people. I've seen it. And yeah, without getting too into detail, that's pretty much how it goes.
I can really see the passion and the pride and joy that you feel in that. That's really cool.
Absolutely.
It's really cool, man.
Thanks.
Now, we always do a deep dive into the establishment's reviews on Google.
Absolutely.
Just to see what we can come across. We found some wild stuff, and this might be the top one so far, okay? I'm gonna read this review.
Okay.
Okay. Rob wrote, "My girlfriend wanted us to sit down and talk about where this relationship is going, so I brought her here. The food was so good she couldn't stop eating to talk. The flight of beer made her a lot happier, and the games kept her distracted all night. I didn't have to talk about my feelings at all. Sure, it's a bad relationship, but the Brewcade is a great bar and terrific value." And an owner responded, "Rob, we need to talk. Meet me at Revival." I want to know two things. Can Revival save relationships? And is Rob still with his girlfriend?
Revival can absolutely save relationships. And Rob is no longer with his girlfriend. He's with a Victoria's Secret model living his best life in Morocco.
I gotta hang out at this brewery more often. You telling me I can meet Victoria's Secret models here?
The sky's the limit.
Sky is the limit. Planes can take me in the sky, Justin. I mean,
well,
that's my limit. That's my limit.
You need to spend more time here, my friend.
Before we get to anything, I just noticed this one.
Absolutely.
Orange Morty.
Absolutely. So that's a new beer that just came out. We're gonna have that on tap today for the tournament. And it's just been released in cans as well. Just released in cans first.
Blood Orange Milkshake IPA, 6.7%.
Absolutely.
Whoa!
Absolutely.
All right. Tell me about this beer, man.
Well, the inspiration came obviously because we wanted to pair up the beer with the release of the Rick and Morty game that we were getting. So I started to look up I've done a blood orange IPA a number of times in the past. Usually lined it up with a different theme. Usually it was Friday the 13th, so it usually had a Jason theme.
Yep.
For this one, I wanted to change it up a little bit and make it a milkshake IPA. And then I looked up in one of the Rick and Morty cell phone games. There's one of the characters is Orange Morty from one of the dimensions that they travel to. So that's what I wanted to pair that up with. And I'm really, really pleased with how this beer turned out.
I feel like they should cast you in Rick and Morty as Rick and Morty Jason Voorhees. like the jumpsuit, the build, would just blow you up on the big screen, put a hockey mask on you.
I got the mask downstairs, my man.
I'm terrified. I am so scared right now. I had a good run. Thanks for tuning in. We'll have a new host next week. What do we got to look forward to beer-wise?
So coming up right now actually is brew day for Pineapple Princess Milkshake IPA. That'll be released here in several weeks. We have a Fill My Cup Chai Coffee Porter that's going to be coming out here very shortly. And then what's going to be one of our core IPAs is Hypercolor IPA. It's a tropical IPA, so that'll be coming out very shortly as well.
I gotta know who comes up with the names.
Predominantly the names are from me, actually. They give me a lot of flexibility with creativity here, and I kind of run with it, and it's worked out so far.
That wraps up our interview portion with Revival Brewcade and Justin. They are officially Cerveza City certified. Thank you so much for being on that show.
Thank you.
Sir, that camera right there, the last 60 seconds are yours.
All right, well, folks, all I can say is please come down to Revival Brewcade. We are a magic experience. We have so many games and so many wonderful beers. All I want is for everyone to come down here and enjoy it. So please, come down and enjoy with me.
Can we get a clap for Justin and the entire Revival? Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment on this video. Next week, we're changing it up. We're at a distillery, Pivot in Brooks. Good night.